Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna get back on the tubs. We already welded up the center. We already welded the cross all the way around, down, and all the way around. Next, we'll come in and we'll weld the front of the tubs, get those welded up, and then we'll go from there. Get this thing knocked out.
Save me from the side of myself. I cannot look away. About to crash into my face. Just another day on the shelf. Pull me from my silhouette. Years we've been astray. Now a broken shell remains. I cannot embrace what I regret. Round and round, around I go. The spin makes me ill.
Now the front of the tubs are fully welded. Over here and there. Those caps are almost fully welded on both sides. I'll go ahead and set up the camera up here because I'm going to be back there and in the middle. I'll fully weld the bottom backs like I did up front, the back. Then I'll hop in the middle and start welding the tubs up. Once we get those fully welded up, we'll go ahead and move to the notch cover.
An image held inside the very world I build. Please help now, 'cause I can't even feel enough to know if I get out. I'm numb to the pain, but hollow without. Floating in a world of glass, I can imitate. Got a smile worth its weight when the mirror breaks and someone asks. Round and round, around I go. The spinning makes me ill. A hostage held inside the very world I build. Please help me now, 'cause I can't even feel enough to know if I get out. Will I allow another friend to try and help and fail on my account? I'm numb to the pain and hollow without.
Time for lunch. Got a little warm in here. It was 80 this morning degrees, and because it rained almost all night last night, this thing was off the charts. So it's dried out some, but getting a little warm, but definitely not as bad as it was a month or so ago, so I'll take that. So back to this. I've got on both sides, on the outside from there all the way down welded, the bottom, same with the other side. These bottoms fully welded. I'm gonna connect these to there after lunch on both sides. Get that done, run the brush on these edges, and we'll get both of them done. And then we'll come in here and weld these guys, all four of them, both sides. And then all the inside except for the notch cover will be fully welded. I might sand it all down with the DA to get some of that surface rust off of there. Seam seal it. And then tape off a couple inches from the edge of here so we can do, I don't have to worry about the paint melting off when I go to tack at the edge, weld at the edge of this. I may just paint and seam seal these because the lip that I'm welding the other cap to is past this a few inches out there. So if I paint and seam seal all this, the heat shouldn't transfer to that. But one step at a time.
Numb to the pain and hollow without.
That's as far as I'm gonna get for right now. Fully welded, except for right where my finger is, and then right at the very bottom right there, but all the outsides over there is fully welded. That is a couple more passes on the outside and it'll be fully welded on both sides. This one, all I have left is right here to fully weld, and that's done. I'll get back at it here in a minute. Ran out of gas, so I need to change out my bottle. I was running it as far as I could, and well, we're out of gas. So, like I said, I'll change that out, and we'll get back on it. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, go hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell so you can get notifications as I post these updates of getting this finished. All right, everything's all fully welded. Now that means the trans tunnel, the step pieces, the tubs all the way around, front and rear. Down here is welded. The outside of the tubs, the caps, those are fully welded. So all I gotta do now is I'll clean everything up. The edge of the tubs, I'll metal work those, so those won't need seam seal at all. I'll go ahead and wrap up the welder for now. Like I said, I'll put the welder away, get it out of the way, and then I'll clean up this edge, metal work it to where it's one nice smooth piece on both of them. And then I'll decide if I'm gonna either seam seal it and paint it so it don't rust, and then I can do the notch cover and then the last bit of it. So we'll get back to it in a bit. Fenders, the tubs are completely metal finished. As you saw, I started to sand it down some. I'm going to sand it down, clean out the seams, tape it up, and I'm going to seam seal it today. As you saw, all prepped and ready. Use the wire wheel to get all the welds cleaned up so there's no contaminants. I'll go ahead and start taping it off everywhere and getting it ready on each side of the tubs to here, down this way, all this. I'll get all this seam sealed and done. Probably prime it too. Next up is seam seal. We'll start that now. All right, it's all seam sealed as you see. While we let that dry, we'll start working on the outer edge pieces on the outside of this tub. This is how far along I am with the template I was just talking about. Let me crawl under here with, hold on, let me get the creeper. That way I can be a hair further away. It's a little tight up in the tub to be able to show it. So if I'm laying down, I'll be far enough away to be able to show y'all. All right, come on down. So we have the tub. All right. You can see we have this gap here, a slight gap because I didn't want to touch the outer panel. I definitely don't want to heat that outer panel up and mess up that paint job. So this, I'm gonna, nope, flip it over. This will go up here, and the square would be way out to here. I'm gonna lean it tight in. I already put a square on it. But I can bring this down some, that some, and it'll go up there like that. I'll put a little small filler down here in this corner, that little bit right here. And the same with over here, there'll be a small piece to put in, and that'll be that. So next, real quick, I'll paint the inside of the tunnel and under these pans. That way they don't rust or anything. I'll get all this painted. All right. Now that that's cut, you can go ahead. I'll clamp them together. I've already cleaned them up, you saw in the video. It's time to weld them up. I didn't cut them out in one piece because I was able to utilize the rest of that sheet that I already started. Because I cut out the tub, arches, the side pieces, and all of that that's in the truck in the backside from one full sheet so far. This is the rest of it. Like I said, out of the full sheet, it's all about managing your scraps, because some of these shops are biggest waste. If you don't place your material right, you're gonna have a lot of scrap to go in the scrap pile over there. This is one side of the edges that come down. I'll show you later once we get things cut and tacked in place. So now I already cleaned up the edges and already verified with my template that it's correct. I'll set up the camera and we'll get these placed up on here like we did the tubs. I'll probably use 4 of them. But I get something to hold it straight, like a little straight bar there, and then one on this edge. That way it's up off the steel table, so I don't accidentally weld it to the table. And then we'll get these tacked up, metal finished, and ready to start putting in. Just a few more pieces and the Tahoe will be ready for reassembly and prime it. It'll be out of here. These are all done, metal finished. I really like how they came out. Nice and good. All right. Well, that's it for this this video. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that bell to get notifications. There's only a few more episodes on the Tahoe. We've got the notch. Put these in. These outer skins, we'll put them up in. Do the notch cover and reassemble. Put the front end, the grill back together. Unwrap it. And this will be done for the customer. So make sure to stay tuned. It's going to be exciting next few episodes. I'm ready to see this one back together and on the ground. Unwrap it. All right, guys, thanks for watching.